Good morning and welcome to Living Local 15. I'm your host, Jessica Williams. Thank you so much for joining me today. And happy Monday to you. I hope you had a fabulous weekend. So let's kick it off with some motivation. Here's the quote. You can't go back and change the beginning, but you can start where you are and change the ending. Let's say that again. You can't change the beginning, but you can start now and change the end. That's an incredible message that really speaks to the power of now. The past is in the past, and it cannot be changed, edited, or altered. You don't get a redo from scratch, you get a redo from now. So, how will you meet the moment? How will you show up in life now? Will you show up as a bitter person who carries the burden of regret and always comparing your life to others and focused on what could have been? Or are you showing up each day as the person you hope to be, as the person who still has so much to live for, as the person who can still take chances and seize the day? My hope is that you are showing up knowing that the best is yet to come. So let's make it a great day. And on to the show. Today we are kicking it off learning about the Sweetwater Academy of Music and their diverse catalog of classes and workshops they offer to all ages. Hosted in their state-of-the-art music facility, Sweetwater is a leader in music and technology. So I chat with their director and Beats for Girls co-founder. Then Zeta Phi Beta Sorority Incorporated joins me in studio to share about their 49th Annual Scholarship Soiree and partnership with the Fort Wayne Finer Women's Society. Are you ready? Let's get started.
Fashion, food, and fun. You're watching Living Local 15 with your host, Jessica Williams.
Thanks to Sweetwater Academy, young girls 8 and up will have the opportunity to learn how to beat make using the latest technique and production software. And here to tell me more about this fun class is Camille, the director of Sweetwater Academy of Music, and Karis, the co-founder and instructor for Beat Making for Girls. Hello. Good morning.
Hi.
How are you guys doing?
Good.
Good. Yeah. So this is a fun class. I kind of came across it looking up different Sweetwater activities. And I said, wow, this is so unique. So let's start off by talking about Sweetwater Academy in general, and then we'll hop into the class.
Great.
Camille?
Yeah, so at Sweetwater Academy, we offer private lessons on really any instrument you can think of. We offer lessons Monday through Sunday. We've got over 55 instructors that teach all of those various instruments. Our oldest student, I think, is 85 right now.
Wow.
Our youngest that takes private lessons is 4, but we also do group classes like Tiny Musicians, Little Rock Stars, Music for Moms, Beat Making for Girls, and summer camps as well.
Yeah, that's great. And so, Karis, as a co-founder, you were involved in creating this cool class that's been here for about 2 years, right?
Yep, 2 years.
So what made you all come to make Beat Making for Girls?
Well, Beat Making for Girls is part of an organization called We Make Noise. And someone at Sweetwater, my boss, Jordan Applegate, actually came to me and said, there's this cool organization we just found out about. I know you've been an instructor before, you know some of the software, would you be interested in starting this chapter? And I said, it sounds like a lot of work, but it also sounds like a lot of fun.
Yeah.
So I agreed to it. We started 2 years ago, very small classes of maybe 6 girls each time, and it's grown quite a bit in the last 2 years.
That is awesome. So let's break down, what is beat making exactly? Like what type of instruments do they use or softwares, and what's the final production?
Sure, yeah. So we use software called Ableton Live, and it's a digital audio workstation, or a DAW as we call it, and that's kind of the brains of what you're doing here. So the girls use a laptop and the software, and then they have a separate piece of equipment called a controller. So we use the push-to controller. Sometimes we'll use MIDI keyboards that you can hook up in the same way. So they're able to take what they're doing on the computer, play something on the instrument, and then make beats, make songs, some really cool stuff with that.
Wow. So when you say play something on the instrument, so is an instrument integrated, like different, I mean, like guitar, piano, drums, or is it just like boop, 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 like they're just making?
Yeah, it's basically anything anything you can think of, honestly.
Okay.
So in our case right now, we're using mainly keyboards, MIDI keyboards. So they're playing notes, maybe they're playing chords. That goes back to the computer, and they can be doing that with strings. They can be doing that with drum pads. They can be doing that with even their voices through audio.
It's
pretty cool.
Oh my gosh. And so what's the final production or the final product that they put out? Is it a song? Like, is this...
Yep.
This is literally they're producing.
It is, yeah. So these workshops are about 2 hours long. So in a very short amount of time, maybe 15 minutes intro, get to know each other, 15 minutes wrap up at the end. In an hour and a half, they're creating their own songs. Usually you have two girls working together, collaborating. We call them producers, and they're creating these songs. And then the ones that come back week after week, which we have quite a few, they can actually build on those songs if they want, or make something even bigger and better the next time, which is pretty cool.
Yes, and when you say come back each week, it's because it's each month, it's every last Tuesday of the month, right?
Every last Tuesday of the month,
So the next one will be April 30th.
Yes.
And this takes place throughout the entire year.
It does.
Right? Okay.
Yep.
And so the kids have an option to come to one class or every class, right?
They do, yeah. For the most part, we see people coming back each class, which is exciting.
That is. And the cost is so efficient. Like, it's only $10, right, to attend, which is so great. And what made you all decide to jump younger in the age range and drop it down to 8 instead of saying like, oh, just high schoolers?
Yeah, well, I mean, originally we started out all ages, and then we had a couple of sessions and kind of saw, we had maybe some really young students that might be better suited if we had a younger 8 and under class to kind of work more hands-on with them. But students that came in that were of around the age 8, 9, or 10 seemed to do really well. So we thought, why not include them in it and be able to have them interact with some teenagers that come to the class, and give them that opportunity as well.
Yeah, that's awesome. And as you said, you all have classes in just about any instrument. So can you share about other workshops that are offered through Sweetwater?
Yeah, so we do workshops throughout the year. So we'll do Discover Live Sound or Intro to Guitar. Those are kind of one-offs throughout the year. But we do repeat monthly classes. We do a lot of community events that are free to the community. So we have twice a month, acoustic jam. We have jazz jam once a month, open mic night on the third Monday of every month. And we just now recently started a songwriter open mic night in partnership with Nashville Songwriter Association International. So that's another new one we've put on our docket. And then we do Music for Moms. We started that up in January. So that's a monthly class as well. They sign up and come to 4 sessions for the month. That's the same way that our Tiny Musicians and Little Rock Stars work as well. So we offer those mostly throughout the year. We have a Rhythm for Wellness program that we started in February of this year. That's a 6-week-long program. We'll offer that again, hopefully later on this year. So really just finding ways to reach out to as many people in the community as we can and get as many people in the door.
Yeah, and this all takes place at the Sweetwater facility.
Yes.
Which is so beautiful. I've been able to tour there, and we did a segment there. And so Music for Moms, like, what does that consist of? Is it singing? Is it listening, interpreting music? Like, what is that?
Yeah, there's a little bit of that. The listening, interpreting, music meditation. Our instructor for that program, Georgia Stekofsky, she is a music therapist, and she works primarily with moms. And so she came to us and said, hey, I want to connect with more moms in the community. And so we thought, let's create an opportunity for them to build community, have time just for them. So it's not, they're not necessarily bringing their baby along. It's just time for them to focus on themselves and do, maybe they're doing some interpretation or music meditation or their songwriting, whatever it is that, is going to help bring them a sense of calm and just some time for themselves.
Yes, and you mentioned the open mic night on the Mondays. And so is that for singers? Is that for comedians? Comedians?
It's for anyone.
That just did not want to come out. But I thought, okay, so it's for anyone though, right? Oh.
Yeah, so we've had people do spoken word. We've had people tell jokes, poetry. singers, songwriters. We have bands perform at open mic.
Yes.
There's usually a wait list because we really fill up. So a ton of people from the community come out every month.
That sounds
for that.
great. And so can there be attendees for that? Like, can the audience come and kind of watch or, okay. Okay.
Yeah, and we have it on our crescendo stage, which is right in the main mall area of Sweetwater. So as people are coming and going, maybe for work, or if they're just there to grab dinner or whatever it may be, they can sit and observe as well.
Yeah. And then one thing that I really love is the fact that you both are musicians and you work in different capacities at Sweetwater. So how does that really impact your job? Like, how do you bring your own artistic value and just your experience into your job? I'll start with you, Camille.
Sure. So, I'm a vocalist, but I don't necessarily go out and perform. But really, I think for me, because I don't play other instruments, I'm so inspired by all of our students. And we do a rock camp program, which is for ages 12 to 18 that are intermediate to advanced on their instrument. And in a week, they are up on stage performing original songs and 2 cover songs.
Wow.
And I'm just so inspired by them and helping them have these opportunities that, I didn't necessarily have that when I was their age to be
Right.
able to get into a band experience like that. So it's just, the inspiration of those students that kind of fuels me to keep going and finding ways to get people involved in music that maybe don't play instruments as well. So like Music for Moms, you don't have to have a music background for that, but just a love of music.
Yeah,
So.
that's great. What about you, Karis?
Yeah, so I'm in human resources. I'm the senior manager of human resources at Sweetwater, and I actually hire musicians. So I mainly hire for our sales team. These are sales engineers they've been musicians, they've been in the studios, they've performed, and we've brought in some really great talent that way. And as a musician, I'm able to share about my journey with music, the band I'm in currently, what I get to do, and kind of mesh those together in my job, which is great.
Yeah, that is awesome. Well, I love learning more about this. Performing arts is just so important, and I love that you all just provide a vessel and a venue for people to just learn and increase their skill set. So thank you for sharing.
Thank you.
Thanks for having us.
And if you would like more information about beat making for girls or any of the courses that are offered through Sweetwater Academy, we'll have their website listed below, and I'll see you after the break.
Have an idea for the show? Want to find out how you can be a guest? Contact us at livinglocal15@wayne.com.
Do you want to know the best places to go to eat and drink around Northeast Indiana? Well, join me, Jessica Williams, for Living Local 15, weekdays at 9 a.m. as I take you inside of the best restaurants, new and old, explore their menu, and of course, mix up some cocktails. Where will I go next? Well, you'll have to watch and see, but I want to know, where do you recommend I go?
Keep up with Jessica Williams on Living Local 15, weekdays at 9.
The 49th Annual Fort Wayne Finer Womanhood Society Scholarship Program is being held on May 18th. This event will focus on empowering minds and navigating mental health. The scholarship opportunity is hosted by 2 wonderful organizations. And joining me today is Cheryl Edwards, the president of the Fort Wayne Finer Women's Society, and Rosalind Walker-Lewis, member and past president of the Eta Upsilon Zeta chapter of Zeta Phi Beta Sorority Incorporated. Good morning, ladies.
Good morning.
How are you?
Great.
Good.
Thank
Well,
you.
welcome.
Thank you.
Congratulations on this 49th annual event. Wow. That is so incredible just to be
Yes.
able to serve the community
Yes.
in that way. So before we dive into this program in particular, I want a little information about each of your organizations. So Rosalind, will you share about Zeta Phi Beta Sorority Incorporated?
Yes, Zeta Phi Beta Sorority Incorporated internationally was founded January 16th, 1920 on the campus of Howard University. Our local chapter, Ada Upsilon Zeta chapter, was founded in 1974. So in the next sorority year, we'll be celebrating our 50th anniversary, charter anniversary.
Yes, what a milestone.
Yes,
That is
definitely.
awesome. So awesome. And please share about the Finer Womanhood Society.
Okay, it's called the Fort Wayne Finer Women's Society. We are a nonprofit 501c3 organization, and our primary focus is providing scholarships to local high school students. And so we collaborate with Ada Upsilon Zeta chapter on this initiative because one of their founding principles is scholarship. So this is a good collaboration because our principles and our goals align.
Yes, that is good. And through this program, you're able to give out scholarships to youth in our community, both boy and girls. So tell me a little bit about how the scholarship program works.
Okay, I'll let you go.
All right. At the time that we're preparing for our Finer Womanhood event, for our scholarship presentations, we reach out to the schools, churches, to allow those young men and women who are interested in applying for a scholarship to submit their information to us. And the committee goes through the process of doing the evaluation and making the determination based upon community service, their academics, and their extracurricular activities in terms of who are the ones that will receive our funds. The funds are for one academic year as opposed to a continuing, but that's something we'll be building up to in the longer term.
Yes, and one matters. Anything matters, right?
And
Every
today.
little bit helps.
Yes.
And about how many recipients will there be?
Right now, we're anticipating that there will be 5 to 7 that we'll be awarding this year.
And so I know through this event, this soiree that's happening on May 18th, people can come out and just really enjoy the evening. But you have a focus of mental health and really empowering the minds. So tell me about that initiative.
Okay, Crystal Walker, she is phenomenal. So she's going to come in and be our, our keynote speaker. She's going to share information on mental health. And we think this is so very important in our community. There's a great need for this information. And so she's going to come and share and pour into us.
Yeah, that's going to be good.
Yes.
Dr. Crystal Walker is a pastor and also over HR for Sweetwater. And so I know that she gets to speak to a lot of different people and really understand that state of mind. So that should be really great. And then there's going to be other entertainment as well, right?
That is correct. We have DJ Black Code. Is that correct? Yes, Black Code. And then also we're going to be presenting scholarships to our scholarship winners. So we're going to actually honor them, recognize, and showcase them as well. We have these big mock scholarship checks that we're going to be presenting to them to recognize the occasion. Also, we're going to be, what else do we have planned?
We have our silent auction
Thank you.
as well as an opportunity to raise additional funds and send our guests home with some exciting prizes that they can enjoy after they leave. And we also use this as an opportunity to highlight the March of Dimes. Zeta Phi Beta Sorority Incorporated has a long-standing relationship with the March of Dimes that does fall under our theme from our international president of extraordinary power of she, social, health, and economic justice for women internationally. So it gives us a chance to be able to find different ways of being able to provide that service, that information, and to be able to help educate the community for those who are in attendance.
Yeah, that is so good.
Also, we're going to have some vendors, and hopefully, if we have enough time, we'll have a little dancing, have a little fun as well.
yes.
And
Gotta have
mingle,
that.
and mingle. Yes, yes.
You have to have that. So if people are interested in attending, you are still selling tickets, correct?
That is
And
correct.
how can they purchase it?
Tickets are $60, and they can go to Eventbrite and purchase tickets.
Okay, wonderful. Thank you so much for coming in and sharing about this event.
Thank you.
Yes. And if you would like more information about the Sorority Scholarship Soiree that is happening on May 18th at the Parkview Merrill Center, we'll have their website listed below so you can get your tickets, and I'll see you after the break.
Follow us on social media at Living Local 15.
Wake up with us on WANE 15's First News every weekday morning.
We'll bring you the local news you need to start your day.
Stay with CBS Mornings at 7 on WANE 15.
We've got the overnight breaking news and in-depth reporting.
And uplifting stories to start your day off right.
Then at 9, watch Living Local 15 with Jessica Williams. Hey, Jessica.
We're talking food, fun, and everything going on in Northeast Indiana.
First News, CBS Mornings.
And then Living Local 15.
A great way to start your day.
Every day.
Living Local 15, proudly driven by the Kelly Automotive Group.
Hi, I'm Jessica Williams, host of Living Local 15, covering food, fashion, and everything fun in Northeast Indiana. Watch weekday mornings at 9 as we explore the community and I introduce you to some of my new favorite places. Where will I go next? Well, you'll have to watch and see, but I want to know, where do you recommend I go?
Watch Living Local 15 with Jessica Williams, weekdays at 9 on WANE 15, and catch past episodes on WANE.com.
Well, that's our show for today. Thank you so much for tuning in. And remember, you can always catch up on episodes or segments of Living Local 15 by going to WANE.com, downloading the WANE app, and also checking us out on YouTube. And I'll leave you with this. You can't go back and change the beginning, but you can start where you are and change the ending. I hope you have an amazing rest of your day, and I look forward to seeing you here tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Go to the Living Local 15 page on WANE.com for recipes from the show, to watch a segment again, and to get information on products and services featured on Living Local 15.